Welcome back, Mega Construx Beyonders, and today I'm going to be reviewing my absolute favorite setup that I've made so far. I call it Halo, after the second mission of Halo Combat Evolved. I made this setup using a lot of parts, actually. I used parts from the Cauldron Clash set, the Warthog from the AA gun versus Rocket Hog. The Banshee is the second Banshee set that was made available. The base is made of Cauldron Clash parts, and you guys are going to hate me for this, but I also took apart a Pelican for all the green parts here. So without further ado, let's dive in. So first we're going to start out with the Warthog, and now it's a little bit different than the original Warthog that we got because I ended up changing the front with one of these. I'm not sure what you'd call that, but I sloped it down instead of using the rounded parts that they usually use. Now you'll notice it's slightly shorter than the original model as well, and that's because the angled pieces I used here on the back are actually smaller than the ones that were included in the original set. I'm actually not quite sure where I got all of the parts for this black Warthog turret, but I do know that I got the chain here that's a bronze color. It came with the it came with the Fireteam Castle turret. I chose the darker green because it matches the Halo CE Anniversary and Halo Reach style Warthog, and it will be a recurring theme with my UNSC forces in these few videos coming up. Now these orange pieces I used for the headlights actually came from a Pokemon set, which was Chikorita versus Cyndaquil. It was the colored pieces that would come out after the rock wall would explode. Now I also had to do a little modification to the seat area so that you could fit the newer articulated figures inside, but all I did was make the intersection smaller. I think the slope bricks that I used for the front really make it look like the classic version. Let me know what you think. Next up we have the Banshee. Now, Mega Construx just recently came out with the Aerial Ambush set, and there's an amazing looking Banshee in that set. But again, I'm going for the Combat Evolved version, but it didn't have much of a lift to it. Like, it looked like it was flying, but it looks like it's flying very low. Now, I used a Battlescape 2 rod, which is entirely clear, to give it this flying effect, and it took a lot of brainstorming, but I decided I wanted to use one of the side structures from the beacon towers as the base. The structure itself does have a upper level like in the game. It doesn't have the room area, but I mean it's just a small little detail here. Moving on to the Banshee itself. Now, there's not much different from the original build that I did besides adding a little bulk here on the back end for the body, but the cockpit I entirely built out of bricks. I used a lot of parts from the Ghost that comes with the Battlescape 2 and the Covenant Revenant from the Halo Reach era sets that we got a while back. It does open. You can't exactly fit a figure in there. If I move some parts around, I definitely could, but I'm not too eager to put a figure in there because it's just for display. Next up, we have my favorite part, the beacon tower. Now, anyone who's played Combat Evolved will instantly recognize this. You're coming down the valley around the corner, and there's a spirit dropship dropping off troops, and Sergeant Johnson and a few Marines are trying to defend this beacon tower because that is their point of rendezvous, I want to say. I don't know if I use that word right. Let me know if you know. But the chief makes his way down here and he saves the Marines. there are a few more of these down in the valleys where he has to go save a few more Marine squads, and I could just stare at it all day because it's giving me the biggest Halo vibes. Now, the base I built all normal, like stacking the bricks on top of each other. I did, however, use a couple of illegal building techniques for these wall areas, but the craziest part about this is the way that I built the tower, because I actually built it so that it slides in here, and then you can just lift it up, and this part is upside down, and I used these connecting plates to basically give it its shape. I'm also really happy with the way this little pine tree turned out. Now, these green plates you can find in the Pelican set or the original Warthog set, but the brown pieces that I used in between here for the actual tree parts, they came in the Minions Castle set, and they were braces, I want to say, for part of the building. Now, the figures I chose to include with this setup were obviously the Master Chief, because you gotta have him, and the Elite Major. Now, the Master Chief came with the Series 10, and he's using a assault rifle that came from, I want to say, the Fireteam Raven member Graves. The Elite, on the other hand, is using a Red Team Elite head from the old articulation line, and a Series 9 Heretic Elite body. Now, I would have liked to be able to use a Swords of Sanghelios body, but I don't have one on hand, so this is what I had to make do with. The arms are, again, from Fireteam Castle, and it goes very well with the Blue Elite from the Spirit set that I had made in my last video. Again, I hope you guys like the way that I configured these figures, and I hope to see you guys replicating them. For a Halo-themed line, you really can't get any more Halo than this. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and like and subscribe for more sets.